Do you keep your promises? Hello everyone, David here. Welcome back to my channel. This video is the next in our series, Understanding Christmas, where we are looking at the Messianic prophecies relating to Jesus Christ. Now, what is a prophecy? Well, it's essentially a promise from God that he will do something in the future. And a messianic prophecy is a prophecy or a promise regarding the Messiah or the Savior that will be coming at the fulfillment of God's salvation plan. Now, he is marked out or predicted throughout the whole of the Old Testament. There are many prophecies, predictions of a certain aspect that he would fulfill. And the next one that we're going to be looking at is that he would be betrayed for 30 silver coins. And the prophecy is found in the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, and it's found in verses 4 to 17, which is a prophecy that Israel would reject Jesus Christ. They would reject the Messiah, and this passage talks about worthless shepherds. The worthless shepherds were the high priests at the time of Jesus, because what happened is 500 years after this prophecy was spoken, that it was actually fulfilled, because the priesthood essentially became a political thing, and it was bought and sold to the highest bidder. So they'd essentially forgotten that they were God's people. So if we have a look at the prophecy in Zechariah 11 verses 12 and 13, where we read, "Then I said to them, if it is agreeable to you, give me my wages, and if not, refrain. So they weighed out for my wages 30 pieces of silver. And the Lord said to me, throw it to the potter, that princely price they set on me. So I took the 30 pieces of silver and threw them into the house of the Lord for the potter." Now again, this is a prophetic prophecy, a prophetic utterance of what would happen to Judas Iscariot. It's quite incredible, actually, that not only is Judas Iscariot predicted, but also the fact that the Jewish leadership would reject Christ, and this is what their price was, 30 pieces of silver. As I said, 500 years later, when the priesthood had effectively been corrupted, and it became, like I said, it became a political thing. This was fulfilled in the book of Matthew, chapter 26, which is and let's look at verses 14 to 16. And this talks about where Judas agrees to betray Jesus. This is what it says. "Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priests who were the poor shepherd, the bad shepherds, the evil shepherds, we could say. He went to them, the political class who were completely against Jesus. And he said, 'What are you willing to give me if I deliver him to you?' And they counted out to him 30 pieces of silver. So from that time, he saw opportunity to betray him." So isn't this incredible that the Bible prophesied, God foresaw, he promised there would be a political system rather than a religious system at the time of Jesus. They were all worried about their position. They were kind of jockeying for position, and the high priest's role was sold to the highest bidder. And to get Jesus out of the way, God predicted the price was 30 pieces of silver. And that's exactly what we see. So God does keep his promises, he does keep his word, and Jesus is the promised Messiah.